6th, 2025, 11 a.m. The Gum Kuo Chinese Restaurant. The sound of the city pulsed outside the window, buses hissing at stops, vendors setting up along 9th Street, and the faint echo of the 12th Street BART train below. Travis Baker Lewis adjusted his camera strap and leaned back against the wooden booth inside Gum Kuo, a well-known Chinese restaurant tucked in the heart of Oakland's Chinatown. The air was thick with the comforting aroma of soy ginger and sizzling short ribs. He'd been walking since sunrise, chasing the golden light bouncing off Oakland City Hall, the morning fog lifting just enough to reveal the bronze statue of the goddess above the dome. The way the light played against the civic architecture fascinated him. So much life, resilience, and rhythm compressed into one frame. Oakland had a pulse, a kind of soul he could feel through the lens. Now, with his camera sitting beside his steaming bowl of hot soup, Travis scrolled through the shots on his laptop. City Hall reflections, Chinatown's street lanterns, a saxophonist playing outside the BART entrance, and the quiet geometry of the Tribune Tower. Every photo carried its own heartbeat. "Hot tea?" the waitress asked, appearing beside him. "Yes, please," he replied with a smile. "And could I get an order of short ribs, rice, and veggies?" She nodded, jotting it down quickly. Travis leaned forward, elbows on the table, his eyes flicking between his editing screen and the street outside. Across the window, an older man wearing a fedora and carrying a vintage film camera passed by. Travis grinned. A kindred spirit. He loved moments like this, spontaneous, unposed. Oakland wasn't about the picture-perfect skyline. It was about texture, people, and grit wrapped in beauty. When his food arrived, it came sizzling and aromatic, the ribs glistening under the restaurant lights. He couldn't resist. He reached for his Sony mirrorless camera, adjusted the focus, and captured the steam rising from the hot soup. Then the ribs, the rich lacquer of sauce, the contrast between white rice and dark meat. Everything became art through his lens. After eating, he edited between bites, tweaking color balance, enhancing contrast, and experimenting with soft grain filters. Each photo told a small piece of Oakland's narrative, an evolving mosaic of community, tradition, and art. As he worked, an older man seated at the counter turned and noticed him. "You a photographer?" he asked with a friendly grin. "Yeah, I'm here for the expo at the convention center," Travis replied. "Videography and street photography mostly." The man nodded. "Oaktown's got good bones for that. Been shooting here since the 80s, back when we developed film in the back of the shop near Lake Merritt. Ain't the same, but the soul's still here." Travis perked up. "You still shoot film?" The man chuckled. "Always. Digital's faster, but film listens. You can't rush it." They talked for a while, about lenses, about old Chinatown storefronts that had been there since the 1920s, about how the light changed after rain. The man's name was Henry Wu, a retired photojournalist who'd once captured the 1989 earthquake's aftermath. He'd spent decades documenting the stories that newspapers only half told. Small businesses, families, murals. "You're doing what matters, kid," Henry said, finishing his tea. "Keep showing what's real, not what sells." Those words stuck to Travis like adhesive. By noon, he stepped outside into the crisp October air. The sun had climbed higher, casting long geometric shadows across the intersection of 9th and Franklin. He raised his camera again, snapping a woman in a red coat crossing the street, a man selling fortune plants by the curb, and a child holding a bubble wand that caught the sunlight just right. Every frame whispered something unique, a love letter to a city constantly reinventing itself. Later, at Jack London Square, Travis uploaded a short video montage for his social feed. City Hall, Chinatown, the short ribs steaming at Gum Kuo, and a soft focus of Henry Wu's hand holding his old Nikon. He added the caption, open quote, "Oaktown, where the stories write themselves." Within minutes, his followers began to react. Photographers, artists, locals, thanking him for capturing the essence of their home. But the real reward came from within, that quiet satisfaction of freezing time, even just for a heartbeat. As the afternoon light warmed the bay, Travis packed his camera and looked back toward the skyline. The Tribune Tower standing proud, cranes shifting against the clouds, and the sound of a saxophone echoing faintly from a nearby street corner. He smiled. Oakland wasn't just a place he visited. It was a place that had met him halfway, camera to heart. And As he walked toward the convention center for the expo, he whispered to himself, "Yeah, this city has rhythm, and I've just started to learn the beat."